line. Scoring totals. First for the Celtics, 2 for Myers, 3 for Brenning, 4 for Zubek, 5 for Gallagher, 5 for Schleck, 6 for Friday, 7 for Bile, and 8 points for Schenk. For the Vikings, 1 point, Kira Haxon. 3 points, Amanda Bahana. 4 points, Jordan Otto. 7 points, fouling out, Katie Bella. 6 points, fouling out, Katie Bella. 7 points, Kaylee James. And also fouling out with 8 points was Kate Dieterding. Shooting, Daryl?
Well, the Vikings are 11 of 42 for only 26%. They are 9 of 31 from two-point range, 2 of 11 from beyond the arc, 5 for 7 from the free-throw line for 71%. The Celtics, 14 of 28 for 50%. They were 13 of 21 from two-point range, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc, 11 of 18 from the charity stripe for 61%, at 19 turnovers apiece.
Well, it turned out to be exactly what Coach Bella didn't want, as the Vikings didn't get the shooting percentage because they didn't get the points off of turnovers, and the Vikings end with a 40-29 loss. But the guys' action are up next. We'll take a quick 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with Viking Boys pregame. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by People's Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Bethany College and Smoky Valley. Go Swedes and go Vikings. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Lindsborg Hardware, your local home improvement store, located in downtown Lindsborg. Go Swedes and go Vikings. Arn Reinert, CPA LLC, providing tax and accounting services in the Smoky Valley area as a proud supporter of Smoky Valley and Bethany activities. And Haspin Termite and Pest Control. All you need to know about pest control. Call today for fast, friendly service. Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lindsborg. Located at 101 North Main, this upscale, one-of-a-kind establishment offers a wide variety of drink and food specials. Come try their jalapeno poppers, coconut chicken tenders, or their classic Monte Cristo. Then wash it down with an ice-cold beer or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Lindsborg. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
Welcome back to Smoky Valley Gym. Don Bings along with Daryl Johnson as the boys get ready to take on the Hutch Trinity Celtics, the team they lost to in overtime, 66-58 in the first round of the Sterling Invitational. And as the fortunes turned against the girls, they won in the tournament. So maybe the boys will come back tonight and take care of business here at home against the Hutch Trinity Celtics.
And they're going to need to play some good ball tonight. They're missing one of their top scorers as far as the Vikings, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Nick Reinert out with the flu. He must not ever come back to school today. He was home. Coach Snyder hoping he would come back by noon. So, Nick, if you're listening, we miss you and want you to get better. We'll be seeing you Friday up at Clay Center. But tonight the Vikings have a big task on hand, as they have a big 6'8" center who scored 22 points against them in that Sterling tournament that we talked about. Coach Snyder, I had a chance to interview him. We'll have a couple of commercials, his interview, and we'll be back live. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball.
Do you know what major TV networks, Hall of Fame athletes, wineries, pubs, famous chefs, and brides and grooms from across the country have in common? They all purchase custom-etched glass at glassdecorators.com. Glassdecorators.com has been providing carefully crafted etched glass for nearly 30 years. An effective tool for company branding, etched glasses are also perfect for school and civic groups, special occasions, and that one-of-a-kind gift they won't receive anywhere else. Hemsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and glassdecorators.com, supporting Smoky Valley athletics since 1984.
This Rocking In Media production is brought to you in part by Lindsborg Community Hospital and Family Health Care Clinic, supporting concussion safety and impact testing for all athletes who call the Smoky Valley home. First Bank Kansas, your friendly hometown bank with locations in Lindsborg, McPherson, and Salina. Member FDIC and Phelps Seed, backing the Swedes with Pioneer. Science with service, delivering success. Call Aaron at 493-2418 or Brandon at 212-0093. Go Swedes and go Vikings.
And welcome back to more Viking pregame. Don Banks along with Coach Doug Snyder. As you typically after a not a holiday tournament, but a tournament week, you get to play the team you played sometime during the tournament, and the Trinity Celtics are here in Smoky Valley Gym tonight.
Yeah, they are. Last year we beat them and had to play them in the very next game. This time we had a game in between, or 2 games in between. But the outcome of the first one was not the way we wanted it to be. But they were a pretty good team. They did a nice job against us. They did a lot of really good things. We did a lot of things not as well as we're capable of doing them. So it's a good scenario because I think our kids believe they didn't play well in that game, and I think they like having the opportunity to see them again. The unfortunate part for us is it feels like we've played a 6'8" kid every day for the last week and a half. Because again, that's one of the things that we've struggled with in the past has been guys that have a lot of height. And the Remar kid is a lot stronger this year than he was last year, and he's going to continue to get stronger over the course of the next 2 years. But we have to figure out ways to shut him down a little bit and try to isolate some of the scoring that they had last game. They had 3 players in double figures, Martinez, Remar, and also Hammocky. And then also we let their best 3-point shooter get free for 2 out of 3 from the 3-point line. So we know the things we need to shore up. We talked about them yesterday at practice. We realize what we've got to do a little bit better at, and at least try to limit the opportunities that they have from different areas. If a team's going to beat you from the 3-point line, they beat you from the 3-point line. If a team's going to beat you inside, they're going to beat you inside. But what we've got to do is try to limit the fact that it's not going to be the 3-headed monster they had last time, which was hit threes with their best 3-point shooter, get to the rim almost uncontested, and 3, find their post player on the block for a 2-foot shot. So, we've got to be able to take away 1 or 2 of those things tonight, and that's kind of what we worked on Monday, and hopefully we're able to execute those things as well as we hope we can.
Well, you hope to. You hope to get a win, and wasn't the tournament you wanted at Sterling going 1-2, but yet you can recap the tournament by probably gain some good experience.
Yeah, I went to a radio show Saturday morning. The question was asked, do you, after a midseason tournament, do you feel like your players are where they want to be? And it really made me think for a little bit. And the first thing I thought of was the best thing the tournament did for us was it exposed some of the things we weren't good at. And the good thing is it exposed them early enough that we have a large chunk of our season left to figure out how to correct them. And I think that's the emphasis we've taken. We know we're a good basketball team. We're not a great basketball team yet, but we're a good basketball team. We know what the things are we need to get better at, and it's going to be a constant daily struggle to get through those things, to figure out ways to make us better in those areas. And I think that's the thing we have to emphasize. We did lose 2 out of 3 in that tournament. We lost, obviously one of them goes overtime. It could have gone either way. The other one, I was nip and tuck all the way through the 4th quarter until they got away from us and only won by 5. So, not that we're sitting here, it's not a pity party for us. It's not anything like that. It's an eye-opener. It's a reminder that there's still things we need to accomplish, and I think that's what we're going to use it as we continue to go through this week.
And you want to accomplish things, which leads me to what would be the keys to victory tonight.
If they have 3 guys in double figures again tonight, we're in trouble. That's the biggest key right there. We have to find ways to make the scoring more difficult inside, and that's something we worked on. So hopefully we can shut down the inside game or at least make them work a lot harder. Second of all, we got to shore up our penetration defense. Guys can't get to the rim on us, and when they do, we darn well better be getting there to take a charge and making something happen. And number 3, we've got to be able to knock down shots again tonight. If they're going to continue to do some of the things they've done well, we've got to counteract that, and we've got to have our offense run well. So I think those are probably our 3 biggest keys going into tonight.
Appreciate it, Doug Snyder.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more pregame right after this.
August is back to school time, and Overhead Door knows you have a lot on your mind. Did the kids remember their house key? Did the kids lose their house key? Will they be able to get in the house when they get home? Let Overhead Door eliminate the worry and confusion with a keyless entry for your garage. This month, Overhead Door Company is offering 50% off a worry-free keyless entry system with the purchase of an installed operator. Overhead Door Company of North Central Kansas in Salina and McPherson. Online at odcnck.com.
This program is brought to you in part by Farley's Bar and Grill, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Downtown at the corner of Lincoln and Main. The Berger Sanzane Memorial Gallery, cultivating the arts in the Smoky Valley since 1957. Visit them online at sanzane.org. Auburn Pharmacy, your hometown Lindsborg pharmacy, proudly supporting the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. And Farmers State Bank of Lindsborg. Good luck to the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes this season. Member FDIC. The Bank of Teskett proudly supports the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. With locations in Salina, Lindsborg, Lincoln, and Teskett, the Bank of Teskett is always there for your convenience. Whether it's personal banking, business banking, refinancing, or taking out a new loan, come see why the Bank of Teskett is rated 5 stars by Bauer Financial. The Bank of Teskett. Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Member FDIC. Go Vikings and go Swedes.
We're the Bank of Teskett.
Back to Smoky Valley Gym. Don Binks along with Daryl Johnson, Jared Bass doing the workforce again up at the station. But the Vikings without their leading scorer tonight, so Zach Abel is going to have to step up big, as well as some of the guys who don't get a lot of action, as Lane Schrog and Carson Winholtz, Blake Keeble. Those guys might play some pretty important minutes here tonight, and see how they can step up.
Well, and hopefully we can stay out of foul trouble. We didn't do bad the first half against Trinity with the Sterling Invitational, only had 5, but that second half ended up with 14 team fouls. So just put them at the line a whole bunch, and let alone in overtime, they shot they shot 10 free throws just in the overtime period. So gotta ease up on that.
We'll need some guys to step up, and coming off the bench with, like he normally does, Ben Weldy will have to have some good minutes as well. The Vikings, of course, lose that 15.5 points by Nick Reimert in the scoring column. Ryan Weldy has stepped up his average. It's up to 5.9 now. 8.1 for Jacob Adams, and Brett Heitschmidt at 10.9, 4.3 for Ben Weldy. And then off the bench, Ross Schrog, or starter Ross Schrog, with 3.5 points per game. So that is where the points will have to come from. And we'll step aside now as the national...
I would ask that you now please rise, take off your hat for the national anthem being played by the Smoky Valley Pep Band under the direction of Adam Keller.
or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Lynchburg. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
And welcome back to Smoky Valley Gym. Don Binks along with Daryl Johnson. It's time for starting lineups. And how are Vikings going tonight, Daryl?
Oh, we'll go with the Celtic. You want the Vikings first?
Oh, go with Celtic. I'm bad. My bad. My bad.
For Hutch Trinity, number 3, Caleb Hammocky, 5'9", sophomore. Number 4, Jen Lane is a 5'10", senior. Number 23, Angel Martinez, 6'2", senior. Number 25, Alex Hammersmith, 6'2", sophomore. And number 30, Connor Remar, is a 6'8", junior.
I think there we got him right. So Coach Hammersmith will send out Hammocky, Lane, Martinez, Hammersmith, and Remar. And how about our Vikings tonight?
For the Vikings, number 4, Ryan Weldy, 6'3", senior. Number 5, Zach Abel, 6' junior. 24, Jacob Adams, 6'4", junior. 33, Brett Heitzschmidt, 6'2", junior. And 54, Ross Schrog, 6' senior.
So for the Vikings, without Nick Reinert in the lineup, it'll be Weldy, Abel, Adams, Heitzschmidt, and Schrog. And the Vikings in their home white uniforms with black and lettering and numerals and trimmed in orange and black and white striping down the side. And the Hutch Trinity in their all red uniforms with white lettering, white numerals, trimmed in blue and white and blue and red striping down the side. And it's the Celtics and the Vikings ready to do battle here from Smoky Valley Gym. And we hope the Viking boys can turn the tables on the Trinity Celtics. As the Trinity Celtic girls lost to Smoky Valley in Sterling and came here and won. And now we'll see if the Viking boys can win here after they lost. It'll be Connor Remar and Jacob Adams jumping center. And we are ready for the tip of tonight's game. Tip should be controlled by Remar. We'll see if he does, and he does. Got up there and got it away. Hammocky, the little guy, played all 36 minutes of 4 minutes of overtime and 32. He played every minute of the game in Sterling. I've looked at their stats in their last 2 games they played there, and he did not play that much in every other game, so he was a valuable member of the team. The first possession for Trinity ends up in a turnover. Here's Heitzschmidt, 3, missing. Vikings get the rebound, though. Schrog off to Heitzschmidt. His shot, too strong. Remar with the rebound. So 2 shots, no points. Here comes Hammocky on the left-handed dribble on the run. Directing traffic. Martinez gets to the rim. No, but a foul is called. And on the drive, it'll be points coming up for Martinez, who had 17 points in the game at Sterling College, 16 for Remar, 13 for Hammocky. So all 3 were in double figures. And that's who we don't want to get in foul trouble. Brett Heitzschmidt picks up the foul on that drive. And Martinez makes the first. And the second. Perfect. Full court press coming. Vikings turn the ball over on the press. There's a foul. Hammersmith got away without getting a whistle on him as he bumped into Zach Abel. Count started by the official in the closely guarded man-to-man defense all over the court. Here's Adams out top with it. Over to Heitzschmidt. 3-pointer, Brett. Yes! An Arn Reinert CPA 3-pointer to give the Vikings a 3-2 lead. If he's going to have to carry the load, and there's a backcourt as Hammocky lets the ball hit his heel, and he turns it over. So 2 turnovers by Hutch Trinity. We like that start.
Yeah, that first turnover, Hammocky threw a pass to Jaron Lane, but Lane wasn't looking for it.
He was out looking the other way, getting ready to cut the other way, and he got hit in the back with the ball, and the ball went out of bounds. Vikings with it now in the front court. Abel on the dribble against Lane. Bumped into by Hammersmith. No call made. Here's Martinez knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings. Hutch to put it in play. Guarded closely by Martinez on the out-of-bounds line. Trying to get that play underneath the basket. Now go backcourt. That's a smart move by Ryan Weldy to let the ball bounce and not try to get it in the backcourt before going backcourt. And it's no problem to go backcourt and get the ball on the pass. Here's Zach Abel on the dribble drive. Zach has it bump off his foot after collision. So they're letting a little body checking go. Is that the Vikings' first turnover?
Yes. First one I've got, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't have any, so I think we're both correct on that. Hammocky into the front court on the dribble. Hands off to Martinez. A little weave offense here. Off it goes to Lane. Inside to Hammersmith. Out to Hammocky. Around to Lane. Good ball movement by the Celtics. Vikings, though, with a lead 3-2. Here's Hammersmith on the drive. Kick it out to Hammocky. Another backcourt, but Zach could get it first. Zach Abel with the layup. Good. That's what you like. Points off a turnover. Another bad pass by the Celtics. 5-2 Vikings with the lead here early. Inside it goes to Remar. Double team, triple team, kicks it out. Hammocky with it outside. That's a good first possession against the big guy inside. Got him right on the blocks. He's double teamed and gets it over. Good job by the Vikings, though, not to foul. I want to foul him and give him an and one. They both stood in there. Jacob Adams and Brett Heichman with their hands straight up extended and did not slap down at the ball. Vikings get it into front court. Ryan Weldy with it on the dribble to the top of the key. He'll look for somewhere to go with the dribble. Step back. Long two. Good. Ryan Weldy drove toward the free throw line, stepped back to the top of that circle, and knocked down the 17-foot jumper for a 7-4 lead for Smoky Valley. Lane with it. He'll dribble into the lane. Kickoff and stolen by Zach Abel. Quickly up to Brett Heichman. Heichman up and good. Heichman's got 5. They're getting points off of turnovers, which we like. 9-4 Vikings with the lead. Off top, Hammersmith looking for Connor underneath. Under Remar. Off to Hammocky. Hammocky with a crossover dribble. Knocked the ball loose. Here's a steal by Weldy. Weldy with it. Up and good. Vikings cooking on all cylinders right now. And it's 11-4. Timeout by the coach of Hutch Trinity. It's just a 30. We'll keep this one right here. Thanking Arn Reinert, CPA, for that three-pointer that Brett Heichschmidt just made a little bit ago. R&R Excavating, Dower Welding, Gallant Tire and Auto, Lindsborg Family Dental, Scott, Smoky Valley Chiropractic, Viking Auto, and Harry Malari's. The Vikings on a 13-0 run? No. That can't be 13-0 run because we've only scored 11. Whoops.
6. It's a 6-0 run.
6-0 run. Yeah, we were up 5-2, and then they scored, and then so it's a good one here. 11-4, 4:31 remaining in the first quarter. Hammocky with it. It's a good timeout by their coach because it was getting to be a loud and rowdy crowd in here. Hammocky with it out, working against Zach Abel. Nick, they're playing this one for you. Hammocky over to Martinez. Yes. Good defense, and Kane Wing has checked in. Kane Wing was pressuring Hernandez, or why do I call him Hernandez? Martinez. And he forced the turnover. That is number 5 or 6. Yep. Vikings now trying to break the press. And there's Weldy. He's traveled. Well, we didn't think so, but the official did. So that's turnover number 2. That's 2. That's what I have also. Good job. Score for KU. Are we winning yet? No, we're still behind.
Down by 5 with 6:06 left. 66-61.
Oh, there's an offensive foul on. He got a big elbow right in the chest of Jacob Adams, and they saw it. Connor Remar picks up his first, team first.
And in for Trinity is Jack Neal, a 6'2 sophomore. And number 11, Derek Dyer, 6 foot senior.
Vikings with it in the front court after the foul.
Ben Weldy's in for the Vikings.
Up it goes to Ryan Weldy. Ryan Weldy, baseline, down near the block, so now he brings it back outside the three-point line, gets it off to Zach Abel. Ben and Ryan Weldy, Zach Abel, Adams, and Kane Wing for Heitschmidt. Off it goes to Kane. Kane outside working against Hammersmith. Goes over to Jacob Adams outside the three-point line. Their big guy, Remar, is out now also. Here's Weldy looking at a shot. Didn't trigger. He will dribble drive. Now kick around looking for Jacob Adams inside because Jacob's got a little guy on him. Across it goes to Zach Abel. Zach's drive inside. Beautiful pass by Zach Abel. Nick, you'll have to look at the film and see that one because that was a beautiful bounce pass into Jacob for the easy basket. His first points, Vikings lead 13-4. Hammersmith with the travel. Turnover number 7. 8. Turnover number 8, like I said. Great Viking half-court defense. They're pressuring them. They're trying to force the ball in a little bit. The Vikings are just playing smart. We've only gotten one foul, so we're not fouling, and we're being smart with the basketball. Weldy gets it off to Zabel, but now we, just as I say, we're getting smart with the basketball. We turn it over. Comes Hammocky on the dribble drive. Hammocky outside the three-point line. Now hesitation, dribble drive. Now back outside. Kickoff to number 5, Pritchard. When did he come in? I didn't hear you say his name. Pritchett with it on the dribble drive. Kickoff, 11, Greer. Greer with it. Pritchett with it. Hammocky with it outside. Top of the key, Hammersmith. Pritchett on the dribble drive. Out to Hammocky. Good Viking defense. Hammocky dribble. Wants to kick it off to Hammersmith. His 15-footer, no. And a foul. Late foul. I hate officials that don't call fouls. If the basket doesn't go in, then they whistle the foul. And it's just bad officiating when you do that. And no more a foul than any of the other shots that have happened tonight that went in. But when they don't go in, and the free throw no good by Hammersmith.
Schrog and Heitschmidt in, Adams and Ryan Weldy out for the Vikings.
So 2 fouls, 1 to Heitschmidt, 1 to Adams so far for the Vikings. Just 1 for Hutch Trinity, but it's on their big guy. Hammersmith's second free throw. Oh, we got the friendly roll on that one. So they've gotten 3 free throws and 1 bucket by their big guy. Pressuring the defense, press all the way. Here's Kane Wing in the front court with it. Gets double teamed, goes across court, throws it away. Here comes Hammocky. Hammocky in the lane, little floater, no. Rebound, Hammocky got it himself, misses again. And on the rebound, Vikings are fouled. Heitschmidt. Hammocky picking up the foul, his first, team second. 1:50 left to go. Vikings up 13-5. Schrog gets the ball from Heitschmidt to Ben Weldy. Ben Weldy dribbling into the front court, off to Schrog, and it's a tie-up, no. Hammersmith gets it away, so another turnover. 3 turnovers in a row. Missing on the shot. Kick out. Pritchard with it, off to Hammocky. Hammocky, dribble drive, kick out. Lane, 3, no. Rebound, Heitschmidt. Brett with a nice clear out of the rebound. Now take care of the ball, Viking boys. Here comes Ben Weldy with it. Ben looking for Heitschmidt. Goes to Brett. Brett gets the screen from and dribbles it off his foot, but right to Kane Wing. Wing outside to Brett. Three-pointer, no. Rebound inside, Neal. Neal off to Hammocky, quickly up to Pritchett. And it's knocked out of bounds by Zach Abel. Into all the students over there on their cell phones. Hope it didn't hurt anybody's cell phone. There's 3 or 4 of them on the front row there. They've got their heads down in their cell phones. Hammocky to Pritchard outside. Here's Hammersmith. Here's Hammocky outside. Pritchett, 3, swish. Pritchett knocked down a 3-pointer. cutting the gap to 13-8. Quickly up to Abel, but turnover, and Hammersmith can't make the layup. Brett Heitzschmidt stood still with his hands up and didn't create any contact. Here's Zach Abel now inside the Kane wing. Ball loose, kick out to Heitzschmidt. Heitzschmidt kick out to Schrog. Schrog in the lane, going the other way. Schrog says, really? You're going to call that a foul? It looked a lot worse than it was.
Yeah.
So Ross picks up one, third team foul. 23.3 seconds left.
Jacob Adams comes in for Kane Wing.
Hammocky slowly up into the front court. He's going to get met at the half-court line by Zach Abel. He gets his feet across the timeline. Official looking closely to make sure he didn't take a step back and go backcourt. Greer. Greer out to Hammocky. Hammocky, crossover dribble, bounce pass. 15-footer missing. Heitzschmidt with the rebound, and the quarter is over. Our first quarter score, Vikings 13, Hutch Trinity 8. Back with quarter number 2 right after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Salina Regional Orthopedic Clinic. Comprehensive orthopedic care. All you need to keep moving forward. By Salina Regional Urgent Care Clinic. Skip the wait with online check-in. SalinaUrgentCare.com. By Salina Pediatric Care. Putting parents at ease. Because we all know life isn't childproof. And by Salina Regional Imaging and Diagnostics. Because the right treatments always start with an accurate diagnosis.
Welcome back to Smoky Valley Gym. Don Banks along with Daryl Johnson, thanking Jared Bass for working with us again tonight. On the road Friday at Clay Center. The Bethany Swedes are on the air tomorrow night. Wednesday night game. A couple of Wednesday night games this year. I think they're going to go to all Wednesday night games next year in the KCAC. And they will be playing also Saturday on the road up at Kansas Wesleyan. So they're rival. How are the Hawks doing?
They're down 11 with 3:14 to go.
Ooh. West Virginia lost a couple in league action against Oklahoma and K-State, so they could hardly afford to go on a 3-game losing streak. So they're giving the Jayhawks possibly their first loss in conference. Vikings half court, Weldy 3, no, Adams with the rebound, and we're going to have why not a foul? Why not a foul? Jacob Adams had the ball. Good hustle, Jacob. Why not a foul? Remar was all over him. That alternating possession, it goes back to, now we got somebody new in there, Daryl, number 14. I don't even have him in my book. There's Remar inside, missing. Weldy with the rebound.
He's not even in the program.
Okay, we'll find out who number 14 is, maybe by halftime. Adams with it, side of the lane. Jacobs gets called for the travel. Why did we travel? I don't know, but the official said we did. That's turnover number...
for us, that's 8.
8.
And that's 8 for the Celtics. It's either, I would assume this is Reese Watson, a 5'8" sophomore.
Remar kick it out. Connor Remar kick it out to Lane. He kicks it out to Martinez. Ball knocked away and stays with the Trinity Celtics. We're in the Smoky Valley Gym. Smoky Valley against Hutch Trinity. Hutch Trinity beat us in overtime 66-58 at the Sterling Tournament. Vikings trying to rebound from that. Lane out to Martinez. Martinez back to Lane. Knocked away by Heitzschmidt. Good reaction by Brett Heitzschmidt out of the pass from Lane. He was going into Remar, but unable to get it there. Back into Lane now, hired by Heitzschmidt. Man-to-man defense by the Vikings. Martinez dribble drive against Schrog. Turnaround, Lane, no, missing. Oh, what about the contact on that rebound? We had the ball, got it knocked away with a lot of arm contact, nothing called. Out it goes on top to number 31, Neal. Driving is number 14, Nobody. Rebound underneath Neal on the air ball. Around it goes Lane. Lane dribble drive into the lane. Knocked away Weldy almost with the steal, but Neal hangs on to it. Inside to Remar. Double, triple team. Martinez.
Walk.
Yeah, no kidding. Coach Snyder all over the official right there. Standing right beside him. He's like rolling his hands. It's like, why not a travel? Man, he got some places he shouldn't have been able to go. Adams with it outside Weldy. Ben, three. Yeah. Swish! An Arn Reinert CPA three-pointer by Ben Weldy. Nicely done. Nick, keep track of them donations from your father. There's Martinez. Ball knocked away by Weldy. Picked up by Martinez.
That should have been traveling.
And we got a foul. Weldy going after the ball. Wasn't a foul in the girls' game when the Hutch Trinity gal jumped on top of Katie Bella to get the ball. But when Ryan Weldy jumps at the ball, now it's a foul. That's only his first. No big deal.
Team fourth.
Hammocky, Neal, Lane, Martinez, Remar. In the lane, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Yeah, thank you. You can't post up and expect the ball and then roll around to the other side and never get out of the lane.
Pitch it in for the Celtics, Lane out.
Heitzman to Adams, still in the backcourt. Still in the backcourt. Get it into the front court quickly, and they do to Weldy. Now to Weldy, Ben. Off to Heitzman. Heitzman on the drive. Brings out a side of the 5-point or 3-point line. 6-point lead at the 5:22 mark. Weldy to Schrog. Ryan Weldy. Inside to Jacob Adams. Shot up off the glass. No, gets a rebound. Remar. And Remar is hacked. Schrog trying to get it away from him. Will pick up the foul. That's a good hustle foul.
Hammersmith back in for the Celtics. Neal out. Abel and Wing in for the Vikings. Ben Weldy and Ross Schrog out.
Time to step up, Kane Wing. I know you can do it. 5:05 to go, second quarter. Vikings up 16-10. Rounder goes to Martinez to Hammocky. Hammocky's pass knocked away, and Remar went for the save, and he stepped out of bounds. So turnover 10 or 11?
I got 11.
Thought I'd maybe missed one. Weldy to Heitzschmidt to Zach Abel, who checked in a little bit ago. Heitzschmidt still back to Adams, still in the backcourt, into Heitzschmidt in the front court. Weldy looked to trigger a three. Now he goes inside for a two. Ryan Weldy with his 6th point. 18-10 lead for Smoky Valley. Quickly up to Martinez. Looking inside for Remar. Not there to Hammersmith. Out top. Over to Hammocky. Wing near side. Martinez, 3-ball. Oh, man. Did he get a friendly roll on that or what? Angel Martinez has 7. He was the high scorer in the game at Sterling College in the Sterling tournament. Heitzschmidt back, dribbling into the front court all the way to the baseline. Stopped by Remar. Now he'll reset to Zach Abel at the 4-minute mark. Vikings up by 5, 18-13. Zach Abel off to Kane Wing. Kane Wing on the dribble. And Martinez comes away with the steal. Martinez with the ball. Kicks it back from Abel. Abel with the steal. Here's Weldy. Shot up. Good. Off the glass. Nicely done by Ryan Weldy. He's got 8. 7-point Viking lead. Here's Lane. A long 3. Good. Pritchard. That was Pritchard instead of Lane. Yep. My bad. That's Pritchard's 2nd 3-pointer. Jacob Adams off to Zach Abel. Zach Abel across to Weldy. Shot up. Oh, hammered by Martinez, and that's his first. Weldy will be at the free throw line shooting 2. Stats go. Weldy, 9 of 15 on the year for 60%. Make it 10. He makes the first.
Jack Neal in, Remar out. In for the first time, Carson Winholtz.
I knew
Schmidt out.
some of those guys were going to have to come off the bench tonight. Tonight, it doesn't matter how many they play. They can play 6 quarters, I believe, according to rules. We'll expect to see Hebel and Lane Schrog possibly as well. Hammocky outside. Vikings up 22-16. Around it goes to Neal. Hammocky, three-pointer, good. Wow. All of a sudden, a couple of threes, three threes in this quarter to shorten up the Viking lead, 22-19 now. Ryan Weldy with it on the dribble. He almost went down to Kane Wing, but instead goes to Winholtz.
Got to get it across.
Winholtz quickly up to Ryan Weldy. Weldy on the dribble, has it stolen away by Hammocky. Quickly back to Hammocky from Hammersmith. Off it goes to Martinez, his dribble drive. And a block with a foul called on the reach-in. I think it's going to be on Zach Abel. Martinez got double-teamed again. Great double-team by the Vikings defense. And Martinez somehow got through that double-team.
On the line, number 25, Alex Hughes.
Ben Weldy set to check in for the Vikings.
Hammersmith free throw is good. He made 1 of 2 in the first quarter.
Comes in for Kane Wing.
Number 42, Matt Weldy.
22-20, they've cut the Viking lead. And missing the second. 2:32 left to go. There's Lane, has the ball knocked away, but goes all the way to the baseline off of the attempted steal, so the Vikings are going to have to go against the full court press again. Now they change it up a little bit. 2-2-1, putting the press on. Vikings get it into Zach Abel. He's working against Pritchett. Zach into the front court, gets it off to Weldy. Weldy on the dribble against Hammersmith. Man-to-man all over the court by the Celtics. Weldy gets called for the carryover. Where'd that come from? Haven't had one of those yet tonight. First for everything. 22-20, 2:11 left to go in the second quarter. Out top it is Neal looking for somebody underneath there. Martinez with it now. Goes off to Pritchett. Around it goes to Hammocky. He'll bring it up to the top to reset the offense at the 1:55 mark. Martinez, left side wing, cross court to Pritchett, to Hammocky. Back to Pritchett, 3, swish. Another 3, that's 3 for him. And the Celtics have a 1-point lead, 23-22. Quickly up to Winholtz, up to Jacob Adams. Jacob with it, over it goes to Ryan Weldy. Ryan with the dribble now to Zach to reset the offense at the 1:25 mark. Vikings haven't scored since when, Darryl?
At the 3:18 mark, so 2 minutes ago.
Out it goes to Weldy, his 3, swish! An Arn Reinert CPA three-pointer by Mr. Ryan Weldy. Gives the Vikings back the lead. Hammocky kicks it out to Neal. His 2, long 2, first points of the night for Neal. Tie game at 25-25. Wasn't there a song by that name? In the year 25-25?
Some kind of a space thing, I think.
Up to Carson. Winholtz loses the handle and is knocked out of bounds by Pritchett.
In for the Celtics, number 11.
Dreyer.
14, Grace Watson.
And there's that Watson. Watson checks in again.
44 seconds left to go. Vikings put it in play under their own basket. Zach Abel will do the honors. Mike Schmidt looking for Heitzman. Now goes to Jacob Adams, and instead we have a kick by the Celtics. Pritchett got in there. The bounce pass from Abel to Jacob Adams got kicked a little bit, so the Vikings get to keep the possession. Looking for Heitzschmidt. Shot. Oh, it won't go in. He gets a shot off the glass, but it won't go in. Brett will have 2 free throws coming up. That is Dreher on the foul.
His first, team fourth.
Schmidt unable to get that one over the front iron. We're at a 67% free throw shooter, 20 out of 30.
Remar back in for the Celtics. Winholtz in for Ryan Weldy.
Second Brett Heitschmidt free throw good. He gets 1 of 2 to give the Vikings a 1-point lead, 26-25. Number 14 across the timeline. Over it goes to Pritchett. Pritchett guarded by Winholtz. Off it goes to Hammersmith, guarded by Ben Weldy. Baseline Dreher. Back to 14. Around the corner it goes to Dreher. Dreher's baseline drive underneath, up and good. How did he get that up there? Dreher, his first basket. 17 seconds left to go. Winholtz, smart move. He grabbed it on the run and penetrated, stop. Off it goes to the Vikings, Jacob Adams. Heitschmidt, 3, no. Rebound, Dreher inside. Dreher still with it, and that'll be it. The Vikings trail by 1 at halftime. 26-27. We'll be back to wrap this half up for you. Possibly joined by Kate Dieterding and Kaylee James at halftime. We'll be back right after this.
Wake up feeling puny? Can't stand up straight? Does your toddler have a croupy cough? Don't worry, the Family Healthcare Clinic at Lindsborg Community Hospital now has walk-in sick clinic hours. Every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m., you can be seen without an appointment for what ails you. This service available only to established patients of the Family Healthcare Clinic. For more information, visit lindsborghospital.org. That's lindsborghospital.org.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Don Bankston and Farm Bureau Financial Services. Good luck, Vikings and Swedes, in all your games this year. Boyd Accounting, wishing the best of luck to the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Overhead Door Company of North Central Kansas, offering free estimates. Call them today in Salina or McPherson, or visit them online at odcnck.com. And the Rollander Agency, your Lindsborg Realtor, online at rollanderonline.com. Thank you for supporting Lindsborg Athletics. Areas and restaurant-style dining offer our residents a comfortable setting that truly feels like home. Professional, trained staff members offer the personal attention and care your loved one deserves. Multiple activities, outings, and events present many opportunities. Bethany Home also provides professional nurses and therapy for rehabilitation and skilled services following a hospital stay. Call Bethany Home today at 785-227-2334 and let our family take care of your family. This Rocking M Media production is brought to you in part by the Bank of Tuscan. Generations of confidence, relationships for life. Member FDIC. Go Vikings and go Swedes. The Swedish Country Inn. Best of luck to the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Need overnight lodging? Visit SwedishCountryInn.com. The Old Stuga. Celebrating 39 years in business this November. Visit them in downtown Lindsborg. Go Swedes and go Vikings. And Bethany Home and Assisted Living. Celebrating life's journey together in God's love.
People's Bank and Trust is proud to support the Lindsborg community and the athletes at Smoky Valley High School and Bethany College. I'm Ryan Beard, branch manager at the Lindsborg location for People's Bank and Trust, a proud native of Lindsborg, and I'm ready to be your banker. People's Bank and Trust, meeting the needs of our community and always improving the way we do business. Located at 201 South Main in Lindsborg, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Vikes and go Swedes.
This is the Smoky Valley Vikings halftime show. A first half recap, scores from around the league, stats, and keys to a second half win. Your home for Smoky Valley basketball is 95.5 The Rock.
And welcome back to Smoky Valley Gym. Don Banks along with Daryl Johnson. A 1-point lead for the Trinity Celtics, 26-27. Scoring totals, I haven't added them up yet. I'll just go down the list. 3 points for Hammocky, 9 points for Pritchett, 2 points for Dreher, 7 points for Martinez, 2 points for Hammersmith, 2 points for Remar, and 2 points for Neal. For the Vikings, 2 points for Abel, 2 points for Adams, 6 points for Heitschmidt, 3 points for Ben Weldy, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points for Ryan Weldy. Shooting percentages, Daryl.
The Vikings are 10 of 16 from the field for 63%. They were 7 of 9 from two-point range, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe for 75%. The Celtics 9 of 18 for 50%. They were 4 of 12 from two-point range, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, 4 of 6 from the charity stripe for 67%. I got 11 turnovers for the Vikings, 12 for the Celtics.
11 and 12. And we'll give your headset to Katie Bella as we are joined now by Katie Bella and Kate Dieterding. We got a good thing we can talk about with you two. Fouling out with 5:40 left in the game, Katie Bella. And fouling out with 1:33, Kate Dieterding. And what'd you do in that double foul, Kate? What happened there? You got tangled up with the Zubek girl?
I more just kind of shoved her. We were kind of pushing each other back and forth, so that's kind of what happened.
And Katie Bella, we keep talking to you about not getting your hand in the cookie jar all the time, but you're trying to I know you're trying to do good and trying to get some turnovers, but it's more valuable to have you in the game.
Yeah, it is.
I know your dad tells you that too.
Yes,
so
he does all the time.
Let's talk about some of the good things. You got to come home, and have you ever played in a 1-0 game until Kate Dieterding here scores 5 points in the last 30 seconds of the first quarter? That was an amazing quarter. I mean, your defense really did play well. You held them to 1 point in that first quarter. Talk about how good and how active your defense was.
Usually when we have a lot of energy and stuff, we play so much better, and it just helps us, and it helps our momentum.
And
I think we were determined that this game was wanting to be our game, and we knew that we would have to play good defense, not let them drive, which I guess, that first quarter we did that, but the rest of the game we did not.
You got to look forward to going to Clay Center, just the number one team in Class 4A Division II. How are you going to play better at Clay Center on Friday?
I think it'll be a tough game, but we just have to do a lot of the little things right and run our offense and play good defense.
I know it'll be a challenge. They're orange and black, so I always hate playing against orange and black teams. That's our color. They can't have those colors. But you got to come home. It was a good crowd tonight. It was a lively game, and you guys gave it your all. We still give you an A+ for our band is so good. There's a lot of competition for us talking on the radio, but your hustle and your determination out there was outstanding tonight. You always give 110%. Sometimes you just got to, stop one step before you get that foul, you get that reach in. But your overall thoughts on the game tonight? What could you have done better? What could have changed the outcome?
Again, I think a lot of the little things that we could have done better, like running our offense and setting good screens and cutting hard and just all the little things.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming out. I know I've been told by several listeners that they enjoy hearing what you guys have to say. So I really, really do appreciate you coming out, and we'll talk to you again maybe Friday night up at Clay Center.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, girls. Turned the wrong one up. Again, our halftime score, the Vikings trail by 1 point to the Hutch Trinity Celtics. And we'll be back with the tip-off of the second half, Jared, after this 1 minute timeout.
Tonight's program is brought to you in part by the Quarterback Club of Lindsborg. Join us Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. in the Bethany College cafeteria to hear from all the Swedes and Vikings sports coaches. Did you know you can purchase custom-etched glassware at the Hemsloyd? It's a perfect one-of-a-kind gift. Hemsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and GlassDecorators.com. Supporting athletics in the Smoky Valley since 1984. Anderson Body Shop, the place for all your auto collision needs. And your local Green Mountain Grill distributor. And Fuel Unlimited. Call Troy Ditto at 823-2331 for fast fuel delivery when and where you need it most. Go Vikings and go Swedes. Bethany College Swedes succeed. Bethany students lead lives of faith, learning, and service as they find their own pathways on Bethany's beautiful campus that's filled with opportunities to get involved with art, music, theater, athletics, service learning, sustainability, leadership, global citizenship, and more. Swedes succeed in their careers and their communities. Learn more at www.bethanylb.edu.
And welcome back to a wild and loud Smoky Valley Gym, the pep band. I don't know if they've got more members in that pep band than they have before, but they certainly are loud tonight. Oh, got you turned off, sorry.
Oh, I think they just turned the volume up. They got a lot more drums this year than they've had before, I know that.
We'll just let you listen to the band for the last few seconds here.
Pardon?
We'll just let the listeners listen to the band. First possession will belong to Smoky Valley. Our referee has to come and get him out of the huddle. 1 point deficit. Vikings outscored Trinity 13-8 in that first quarter, but they got hot from beyond the arc. 5 of 6, Darrell said, in shooting, and they outscored the Vikings 19-13 in that second quarter. So a 1 point Trinity Celtic lead. The Vikings will have it. Hutch, Adams, Abel, Ryan Weldy, Ross Schrog, the same starting 5. Celtics starting the same way they did with Lane, Hammerschmidt. Here's Brett Heitschmidt on the dribble drive. Good from the baseline. Brett has his 8th point. Vikings back up by 1. Hammerschmidt off the Hammocky. Martinez inside to Hammerschmidt. His shot blocked by Heitschmidt and a rebound. Brett, nice block and a rebound. Quickly up to Ryan Weldy, who had 13 first half points. This could be 16. No, but Schrog trying to get the rebound. Knocked away. Ooh, Schrog knocked it away. I thought Lane had his hand in there knocking it away, but it goes to the Celtics, trailing by 1. Hammocky across the timeline on the dribble, near side to Lane. Oh, almost a steal by Heitschmidt. Hammerschmidt with the shot. No, Remar trying to tip the ball to himself, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Martinez. It's Viking basketball. Martinez and Weldy both ended up out of bounds, but Angel, the referee, who is right there, who we haven't agreed with a lot tonight, we certainly agree with him on that call, so it evens out. 1 minute gone, almost, here in the third quarter. Vikings with the 1 point lead and the basketball. Heitschmidt slowly across the timeline, gets it off to Abel on the little handoff right by the corner of the half court. Over to Weldy, Ryan, right in front of the Viking bench, around to Adams, around to Heitschmidt. Lane jumps out on him real quickly so he doesn't trigger another 3. There's Heitschmidt on this side. A 3 ball, no. Rebound, Lane. Armliner at 3, CPA 3-pointer wouldn't go that time. Inside, Hammerschmidt, shot missing. And a Jacob Adams foul. Thank goodness he only had 1 in the first half.
Foul's called on number 24, Jacob Adams. That's his second.
Hammerschmidt will be at the free throw line. He made 2 out of 4 in their 4 out of 6 attempts for their team, and he misses the front end of these 2.
Short arm, that one, big time.
Big time. Hawks are losing by 11. Have they?
They lost.
They lost.
I don't know what the final was. I have to bring it back up.
They suffer their first league defeat tonight. Second one is good. He's 3 out of 6. Tie ball game, 28-28 here with a minute and a half gone in the third quarter. Adams with it, still backcourt. Heitschmidt coming up into the front court. It's in the front court now. Baseline, it goes to Schrog, over to Abel. Zach Abel with it on the dribble. Hammocky close, but not guarding him tightly. Near to Ryan Weldy. Gets the screen from Jacob. Ryan Weldy, baseline dribble drive, elevate, shot, good. 15 for Ryan Weldy. He is playing good in the absence of Nick Reinert. Here's a little jumper missing, rebound, and tied up. It'll go on the alternate possession to Hutch Trinity. They had it anyway, so that's a great tie-up by the Vikings. Under the basket is Hammocky to put it in play. Lob inside to Remar. There's another forward leading elbow to get Jacob Adams out of the way. Remar has only 4 points in the night so far. 30-30. Bounce past the Schrog in the front court. Gets it off to Zach Abel to reset their offense. Hammerschmidt right on top, or excuse me, Hammocky right on top of Zach. They play man-to-man. They played man-to-man all the way. Give and go and knocked away and stolen by the Celtics. Hammocky gets his legs tripped up. He tripped up. That's awful. That's just absolutely awful. Zach Abel gets called because he's running beside him. Hammocky tries to bump into him a little bit to draw a little contact and trips over his own 2 feet and gets the foul called. There's the official we don't agree with again, Daryl. 5:20 to go in the quarter. Hammocky, lob inside the rim. Oh my goodness, you don't call that a foul? He went going for the lob pass and he had to go between and on top of 2 defenders. There's a reach in by Hammocky, nothing called. Remar picks up his second.
Foul called on number 30, Connor Remar. That's his second.
4:57 left to go, third quarter. 30-30 tie ball game. Remar out. Who came in, Daryl? Neal, I think. Yeah, Neal's in there. Lob inside to Adams. Gets the ball, and he's shoved. Oh, that's why he traveled. It's because he got shoved.
And for the Celtics, number
Pritchard in. Lane out for the Celtics.
You wonder why. And they had the same thing going on, so it's Martinez with the outside. Greer on the dribble drive. Oh, that's Neal, excuse me. And we got a 3-second in the lane call. I didn't see anybody in the lane, but that's okay. We'll take it.
Ben Weldy and Adams out for the Vikings.
number 42.
Ben Weldy, Ryan Weldy, Zach Abel, Brett Heitschmidt, and Ross Schrog on the court for the Vikings. Full court press still by Hutch Trinity to Abel. Abel on the dribble. And they get it by 9.5 seconds in the backcourt, I think. Back Abel with it out top. Hammocky right on top of him. Over to Ben Weldy. Looking for Schrog. Ross with the dribble drive. Ross up and no. Heitschmidt with the rebound. Foul. And Pritchard's going to get called for the foul, I believe. That'll be his first.
Foul's called on number 5, Matt Pritchett, his first, second.
Heitschmidt back at the free throw line for see if he can get his 9th and 10th point tonight. 1 of 2 in the first half. Oh, that one halfway down and rattled out.
Connor Remar and number 11, Derek Draper.
Second free throw for Brett to untie the game. Good. 31-30, Vikings with the lead. Trinity Celtics with the basketball. Quickly up to Dreer, who checked in. To top of the key, Neal. Got away with a travel. Neal shot short-armed. Rebound. Remar off of his hand. He doesn't agree with that, so that is Viking basketball. Ben Weldy to get it into his brother Ryan. Back to Ben in the backcourt still. Picks up his dribble to Ryan. Quickly up to Heitschmidt at the top of the free throw line. Heitschmidt, dribble. Heitschmidt, shot. Good! Got the defender up in the air and then went up strong with it. No contact. We'll take a 3-point lead, 33-30. Hammocky still on the dribble. Around it goes to the top of the key. Zach Abel, a little pressure on him. Off to Dreer, far side. Gets a screen from Neal. Near side to Pritchard. Had 3 threes in the first half. Neal outside with it. Back to Pritchard. Ryan Weldy doing a good job. Here's a long 2. Dreer, no. Rebound, Brett Heitschmidt.
Good job,
Here comes the Vikings with a 3-point lead. Abel across the timeline to Heitschmidt. Long 3, Brett, no. Rebound, though, Schrog. Ball loose, and finally out of bounds to the Vikings. 2 off of the Vikings.
Adams in, Ross Schrog out.
Has Hammocky been out, Daryl, the little number 3?
Not that I know of.
He played every minute in our game. He's a valuable asset to their team ball handling. Yeah, a couple of turnovers early, but he's settled down now. He was battling Zach Abel for that rebound, and he's just all over the court.
And a sophomore.
And just a sophomore. We've got to deal with him for a few more years. Hammocky on the dribble drive.
Abel
with the foul. That'll be Zach's 3rd.
Fouls on number 5, Zach Abel. That's
He just dribbles with leaning into you, so he causes pressure, and then when he releases, then it looks like a foul. So he creates all of the contact. And good point guards do that. Hammocky with it outside. Inside to Remar. His shot, good. And they're going to get Jacob Adams with the foul. He's called all the way from under the basket. All the way from under the basket. He comes and forces his way up and gets the basket. And 1. Nothing Jacob Adams could do. Absolutely the perfect defense. Would be way better to have that a no call.
Ross Schrog in for Adams. That ties the ball game up at 33 apiece.
33-33. I got something spilled all over me. Here's Heitschmidt with the ball in the backcourt. 2:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Brett across the timeline. Gets it off to Abel. Abel with it. Around it goes to Weldy. Weldy on the dribble drive off to Abel. Abel still dribbling, guarded by Hammocky. Near side to Weldy, looking for Heitschmidt inside. Nothing there. It was a good decision by Weldy not to pass that ball, force it in there. There's Remar over the back. He thought he got all ball, but I don't think he did. We'll get it washed. Substitutions.
Hammersmith, Martinez, and Lane in for the first time in for the Vikings, Blake Hebel.
Wondering when he was going to get in the game. So Hebel, Ben Weldy, Schrog, Ryan Weldy, and Heitschmidt. Ryan. Got the timeout called. Good court awareness by Ryan Weldy as a 30-second timeout is called. Thanking our sponsors once again, Harry Malary, Viking Auto, Marion Darrell Loader at Smoky Valley Chiropractic, Scott Achenbach and Susan Achenbach at Scott's, Lindsberg Family Dental, Gallant Tire and Auto, Dower Welding, R&R Excavating, and Arnreiner CPA 3-point sponsor. 3-3-3-3 is the score. 33-33 is our score with 2:16 left. And, well, the Vikings playing tough, doing about what they can do. How many turnovers have we got this quarter? Just 2 or 3?
I got 2 for the Vikings this quarter, 2 for the Celtics.
So everything's pretty evened up. Weldy to put it in play again. It's at the Heitschmidt. Looked at a 3 but didn't trigger. Off it goes to Ben Weldy. Guarded by Hammerschmidt to Ryan Weldy. Guarded by Hammocky. Out it goes to Hebel. Hebel to Schrog. Schrog looking to Ryan Weldy. Up top to Heitschmidt. 3-ball. Brett, no, but rebound. Schrog gets sandwiched in between a couple of players and fouls Lane. Ross Schrog picking up his 3rd. So Schrog has 3, Adams has 3, and Abel has 3. But there's just 1:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter. As the Vikings working Lane outside. The screen from Neal. Over it goes to Hammocky. Gets the screen from Hammersmith. Hammocky to Lane. Lane outside, dribble drive, kick out to Martinez. 3-ball, no. Rebound, Hammocky. Guy's got quickness and got hands. Hammocky, shot, no. Rebound, Hammocky gets his own rebound, dribbles out of trouble. Penetration, dribble drive again, kick out. Lane, kick out Martinez. Drive Martinez. Shot, no. And Martinez, who made 2 free throws in the first quarter. Ben Weldy will pick up foul number 1, so that's a good thing. That's 6-3 on fouls. The Vikings have 6. Hutch Trinity only 3. Not because we're playing harder defense. They are playing defense full court all over. Missed the second one. 1 point Trinity lead, 34. Oh, and a pass knocked away by Lane, luckily, because I thought Ross may have touched that last, but Lane coming across there trying to deflect it, had all the momentum going out. Blake Hebel shot up, foul, and Hebel will be at the free throw line shooting 2. Lane with the foul, and that's his first.
Team fourth, they only had 4 fouls the first half.
Hebel, free throw, perfect. Nice job, Blake Hebel. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line, so that's his first varsity points that we have in our stat sheet. Misses the second, but he hustles for the rebound. Vikings keep possession. Well, he turned down the 3. Here's Heitschmidt. Dribble drive, and... Huh? What? He said he grabbed it with 2 hands and dribbled it.
I missed that one.
They had his back. How can he call that when he's got his breath's going that way? The referee's behind him. There's no way that he can see that.
All mirrors.
You can't call what you can't see. 34-34 is our score. Around it goes to Martinez. From Hammocky back to Martinez. They want to go baseline, but they're not getting out there to go. Lane, Hammocky, Lane, Hammersmith. Kick over to Martinez. Drive in the lane. Shot. No. And Martinez is fouled. He'll get 2 more free throws. He just made 1 of 2 a little bit ago. 34.5 seconds left to go.
17 foul on the Vikings.
Ben Weldy picks up his second. Martinez free throw good. And that one rattles out. Weldy with the rebound with a hand in his face, but Ryan picks it up. Over to Lane Schrog that's checked in. And Lane Schrog, he's bumped into, but knocks it out of it off against his foot. Turnover Vikings, but not because of pressure. He just didn't fall down and react to that pressure, which he needs to do, and get the foul called. 34-35 now. Inside it goes to Hammersmith. Hammersmith shot, no. Rebound inside, loose, picked up, and last touch by the Vikings. 13 seconds left for the Celtics to see if they can add to their 1-point lead. 34-35. Neal will put it in play. Martinez 3-ball. Oh, he didn't shoot it. It looked like he was going to trigger a quick 3. There it goes to Hammocky. 7 seconds, 6. Lane out to Pritchard out top. Here's Lane with the dribble drive off the glass. No. Rebound. No. And the third quarter is in the books. And it's 35-34 Celtics. Back with quarter number 4 right after this.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by People's Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Bethany College and Smoky Valley. Go Swedes and go Vikings. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Lindsborg Hardware, your local home improvement store, located in downtown Lindsborg. Go Swedes and go Vikings. Arn Reinert, CPA LLC, providing tax and accounting services in the Smoky Valley area as a proud supporter of Smoky Valley and Bethany activities. And Haspin Termite and Pest Control. All you need to know about pest control. Call today for fast, friendly service.
Smoky Valley Gym. Second half started with a 1-point lead for Trinity. Each team scoring 8 points in that quarter. Turnovers are where, Darryl?
15 for the Vikings, 14 for the Celtics.
Pretty even scoring, pretty even points, pretty even, not so even in fouls. 7 for the Vikings, 4 for the Celtics. First possession belongs to the Vikings. Abel, Heitschmidt, Adams, Schrog, and Weldy, the starting 5 for the Vikings. On the dribble is Zach. He loses a handle, and he goes out of bounds. Gum turnovers. Come on, guys. 7:49 to go. First possession, the Vikings turn it over. Hammocky with it on the dribble. Zach's got him. Looks like man-to-man inside to Remar. Knocked away by Brad Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt with the steal. That's a turnover. That was a hustle turnover. There's Weldy underneath. Up and no good. Rebound, Hammocky. He's got a lot of rebounds for the little guy. Hammocky between his legs, dribble. Out to the top of the key against Zach. Around it goes to Pritchard, who had 3 threes in the first half but didn't score. Here's a 3 by Hammocky in there. Hammocky just finally wants to unload his second 3 of the ball game. 4-point lead, 38-34. Adams, Heitschmidt still in the backcourt against the press. Up to Weldy. Up to Schrog. 2 for Ross Schrog. Nice pass by Ryan Weldy. Quickly Hammocky the other way on the dribble drive. Kick out. Pritchard, 3, no. Weldy right there defending him. You know where that guy is. You got to get on him. Here's Hammocky. Kick out to Martinez. His 3, no. Long carom goes to Pritchard. He'll reset the offense to Hammocky, far side wing. 6:35 to go. Hammer-Smith. Pritchard. Hammocky, dribble drive, baseline pass to Martinez. Martinez dribble drive into the lane. Martinez elevates, shot off the glass, no. Rebound, loose, picked up by Ryan Weldy. Ryan Weldy in the backcourt with it. Good job by Ryan to slow down and get the ball under control. He was getting triple teamed and he realized it and dribbled back. Heitschmidt looking for Adams inside. Instead goes to Ross Schrog. Bounce pass into Jacob. Kick out to Brett. Brett shot 6 foot, no. Rebound.
Schrog?
I don't have any idea who was on.
That's what they called.
That'll be Schrog's 4th.
Dreyer in for the Celtics.
Fouls called on number 54, Ross Schrog. That's his 4th.
That's his 4th. That'll put Pritchard at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1.
On the line, number 5, Matt Pritchard.
Ben Weldy in for Ross Schrog.
It's really our biggest lineup that we can get on the court with Ben and Ryan and Jacob and Brett. 4 biggest, tallest guys we have. Free throw. Wow, what a friendly roll. Bounce and bounce along the edge of the rim and then rolled in at the 6:01 mark. Back to a 3-point lead for the Celtics. Pritchard makes it again for a 4-point lead. Heitschmidt to play it into Adams, quickly up to Ryan Weldy. Ryan Weldy up to Jacob. Adams in the front court. Over to Ryan Weldy at the 5:50 mark. Ryan quickly up. Missing. Rebound. Jacob. Off to Zach. In the lane. His shot. No. But Ben. No. But Ben tip. Yes! Woohoo! What a persistence by Ben Weldy. Quickly the other way. Pritchard throws it up. Totally out of control. And Pritchard gets the basket on the other end. Still a 4-point lead. 42-38. Heitschmidt up to Ben Weldy. Quickly up to Ryan Weldy. Ryan Weldy up and good against Remar. Remar did not want to foul him. There's Pritchard. Oh, he was left all alone. He just decided not to trigger a shot. 42-40 Vikings trail. Dreer knocked away by Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt 1-on-1 with Hammer-Schmidt. Up and good. Nice little fake of a pass. And Hammer-Schmidt took the pass and didn't bite. And Hutch Trinity went in for a Easy layup to tie the game up at 42-42. Timeout by the Celtics, but they just a 30-second timeout, so we can keep it here. But what a pretty steal by Heitschmidt, and then one-on-one against Hammerschmidt, and he just, when he took it up to go, he just faked that pass, and that froze Hammerschmidt, and he just had an easy layup. Nicely done.
Yes, it was. Great job of handling the ball by Brett Heitschmidt.
Vikings have 8 points in the quarter. Celtics have 7. Tied up at 42-42. Ball will be inbounded. Hammerschmidt, the coach, called the timeout. And we are in the front court. Dreer with it out top. It goes to Neal. Far side wing to Hammocky. Inside stolen by Brett Heitschmidt. Another steal by Brett Heitschmidt. Quickly up to Brett in the front court from Zach Abel. Brett guarded by Dreer. Picks up the ball. Goes off to Jacob Adams to Ben Weldy. Weldy. Oh, it was a give and go to Jacob, and he's a little slow in the look. Here's Jacob in the lane. His shot blocked. Rebound Adams. His shot from 10. Too strong. Rebound. The little guy again. Hammocky. Into the front court, in the dribble, back out now, outside the three-point arc. Over to Greer it goes. Remar trying to get position on Adams. Greer shot, or Neal shot, gets his own rebound. Over it goes to Greer. Greer outside. Outside to Hammocky, outside to Pritchard, outside, inside to Neal. Neal knocked away and stolen by the Vikings. Quickly up to Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt in for 2. No, he misses it. And rebound on the, or not a rebound, the foul was on Dreer. I think, yeah, it's Dreer's second. That ball was deflected by somebody else. I don't know. Brett came up with it and makes the free throw.
Martinez back in. Dreyer out.
To me, he's their best player, Martinez. Him and Hammocky, and Remar's good. Heitschmidt makes them both. And the Vikings have a 2-point lead. Inside it goes to Remar. His shot up off the glass, good. And why call a foul on that? Remar, he is absolutely straight up. That is a pitiful call. That's just protecting the big guy. My goodness, that absolutely. And he makes a 3-point play. Vikings trail by 1. It's a fight tooth and nail for our points. They get a little help on theirs. Here's Abel into the front court. Abel all the way to the baseline. Kick out to Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt baseline drive. Kick out to Adams. Adams over to Abel. Far side wing on the corner. Abel with the baseline drive. Shot blocked, partially blocked. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by none other than Hammocky. He's always around the ball. 1-point lead for the Celtics. Outside a long 2. Good by Neal. It's only his second basket of the ball game. Blake Hebel to put it in bounds, gets it into Adams, knocked away by Remar. Ryan Weldy in.
Ross Schrod and Ben Weldy out.
Putting on a 2-2-1 press now is the Hutch Trinity Celtics. Heitschmidt trying to get it in to Ross Schrod. And does. Who might have got away with a travel. Gets it off to Zach Abel. Over to Ryan Weldy. And blocked by Remar. And we got a jump ball, alternating possession. It'll go to the Celtics. Got away with another foul on that rebound. Remar is just, he's got something with these officials. They're just not calling. He's only got 2 fouls. And he has just been all over everybody. 2:45 to go. 44-47. Celtics with the lead and the basketball. Outside Neal. Over to Hammocky. Hammocky Inside to Remar. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. How much time does he get? Blocked by Brett Heitschmidt. In the backcourt is Weldy. Gets it off to Zach Abel. Guarded by Hammerschmidt. Up to Heitschmidt. Shot. No! It rims out. And Heitschmidt with a great look, but he couldn't connect. Here's Pritchard. 3. No.
Called time.
Thank you, Coach. Pritchard hit a 3 as Coach called timeout. Full timeout. We'll step aside. 2:13 left to go in this one. Vikings trail by 3, 47-44. Back right after this.
Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lindsborg. Located at 101 North Main, this upscale, one-of-a-kind establishment offers a wide variety of drink and food specials. Come try their jalapeno poppers, coconut chicken tenders, or their classic Monte Cristo. Then wash it down with an ice-cold beer or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Lindsborg. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
Smoky Valley Gym. I think this pep band has not taken a quarter off tonight, have they? They're almost as bad as the Abilene band. The Abilene band is the absolute worst for playing the most. But they took the third quarter off, and usually our guys do too, and gals, but not tonight. Hammocky gets it from Hammersmith, Martinez, Remar, and Pritchard. Inside it goes to Remar. His shot up and good. Wow.
He wasn't moving.
Oh, they called another foul?
On Jacob Adams.
Oh, my gosh.
He did not move.
And he's fouled out of the game. The referee is more worried about taking care of everything else. That's absolutely the worst call I've ever seen in my life. I agree, Doug Snyder. Give him everything he can. It's just absolutely no foul on that. He absolutely stood straight up, nothing touching. 2 and fouls out. Jacob Adams, he was just a recipient of some horrible calls. There's a miss on the and one. At least he did something. 5-point deficit now the Vikings have to overcome in the last 2 minutes. Heitschmidt with it outside, guarded by Pritchard. Around it goes to Ryan Weldy. Looking for his brother Ben. Knocked away. And
somebody kicked it.
Hutch Trinity, so it's Viking basketball.
What's the call it? Evenly.
That hothead official. He's the one that we've been barking at all night. Barking at it with some of the players for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on down there. Trying to get it in to Heitschmidt. Does at the free throw line. Off to Ryan Weldy. Weldy. Over to Ross Schrog. They are playing aggressive defense. And you can't tell me they've only got 5 fouls compared to our 10. A minute 35 to go. Near side to Schrog. Schrog outside. Over to Heitschmidt. Come on, finally. Martinez just about tackled Brett Heitschmidt. And he got a call, and he's like, what's the problem? 49-44, 5-point deficit. Went 30 seconds, Darryl, and we didn't even get a shot off. Come on, guys. Get the ball to the basket. Oh. And thank goodness that pass went to where somebody was cutting two, and they faked and didn't get there. Here's Ryan Weldy on the dribble drive. Shot up. Remar got a foul, and he absolutely had his hands up going straight back. Ryan Weldy initiated every bit of that contact, and he'll be going to the free throw line. I guess they're being consistent.
Okay.
Nice free throwing by Mr. Weldy. He's got 3 for 3 on the night. He had 13 at half. He's got 5, so he's got 18 in the game. And he makes them both. Deficit is 3, 49-46.
Winholtz in, Schrog out.
Vikings are going to put a full court press on. If they get in the right place at the right time to get the steal here, like they did in overtime. There's a trap. Out of it gets Hammocky. Hammocky quickly up to Remar. Up and good. Remar with 2 more. But it's all because of Hammocky's ability to dribble into the front court and into the offense. 1 minute left. Weldy, 3 ball. No. Remar missing. Quickly over to Hammocky. Good look for Ryan Weldy, but he couldn't knock it down. 5-point deficit. Under a minute we go. Hammocky fouled by Winholtz, his first. Hammocky at the free throw line shooting 2. It's the 11th foul. Timeout. Hutch Trinity will step aside as well. 49 seconds left to go. 51-46. Vikings trail back right after this.
This Rocking In Media production is brought to you in part by Lindsborg Community Hospital and Family Health Care Clinic, supporting concussion safety and impact testing for all athletes who call the Smoky Valley home. First Bank Kansas, your friendly hometown bank with locations in Lindsborg, McPherson, and Salina. Member FDIC and Phelps C. Backing the Swedes with Pioneer. Science with service, delivering success. Call Aaron at 493-2418 or Brandon at 212-0093. Go Swedes and go Vikings.
Welcome back to the Pep Band Extraordinaire. Now they got a trap set. They got a couple of 3 big kettle or four big cage, and then they got some snares that have 4 or 5 drums on them. My goodness. Hammocky free throw, good.
He makes this, and it'll be a 3-possession game.
And rattling out, so save the 2-possession. Couple of threes will tie it up, but we got to get a stop in between. We got to get the threes made. Heitschmidt gets it off to Abel. Back to Brett. Brett, long 3, short. Rebound, Hammersmith. Hammocky in the backcourt. And Ryan Weldy will foul him. Brett forced that one up, no question about that, but he knew he had to get a shot off and try to get a make. Frustrating night for the Vikings here at home. Hammocky at the free throw line again. And he does make it a 3-possession game. Making the first of 2. And got the friendly roll. It bounced on the tip of the rim and then fell in. They're going to keep their press active. Weldy in the front court. Ryan on the dribble. He'll launch a long 3. Miss. No. Rebound Hammocky. And Hammocky just takes out the dribble. Hammocky on the dribble. Quickly up to Pritchard. Inside to Remar. Outside to Hammocky. They'll run the clock and run it out. 54-46. 8-point deficit. And what a game. What a game we saw, but the Vikings come up short here at Smoky Valley Gym. We'll be back to wrap it up for you. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball.
Major TV networks, Hall of Fame athletes, wineries, pubs, famous chefs, and brides and grooms from across the country have in common? They all purchase custom-etched glass at glassdecorators.com. HempsLloyd.glassdecorators.com has been providing carefully crafted etched glass for nearly 30 years. An effective tool